What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Shabazz. Welcome to the channel, episode 5 of the ShabazzTV Show. I know it's been a long week, but we can finally say,
Finally! 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 Finally!
we're here again with another episode, man. And this week is an anime that is slowly creeping up in my heart, man. It's slowly creeping up in there. We're gonna talk about Tokyo Revengers. For those who don't know what it is, it's basically I guess it's like not a reverse isekai, but like kind of like we got a main character, right? He's a no good for nothing. He doesn't do anything with his life, but yet he has a chance to right his wrongs that he did as a kid. And it's a tearjerker, man. But I could go on and on about talking about it by myself, or have two of my friends pull up on the stream and talk about it with me. So, introducing first is a guy who's been on the show a couple times, and he's going to continue to be on the show because that's my twin brother, and I love him to death. And here comes Natural Rap Teeth to the stream.
What's good, YouTube? It's your boy. What's good? What's good? It's good to be back on the stream on Shabazz TV. Man, it's been what, 4 weeks since I was last on it. The first show. Now we're on episode 5. Not 4 weeks, 4 episodes, but we back. We better. We talking about a good show, and we're excited to be here.
Indeed, I'm glad you're here. But for me, Natural, he's not the only guy that I brought onto the show. Ladies and gentlemen, my friend from Alpha Phi Delta Fraternity Incorporated, Bumper.
Yo, what's up, guys?
And before we start, yo, Bumper, show the crowd what you working with, man. Show the crowd. Now, fit one time,
Got
man.
the Tokyo Manji gang jacket, you know, first division gang.
Oh, first division. Hold on,
not the second division.
Hold on. Wait a minute.
You thought he was finished?
I beg your pardon. So, first question on the docket. What, in your opinion, stands out the most about Tokyo Revengers? Natural, can you start us off?
Oh, man. So, my thing about Tokyo Revengers is kind of what you said in the introduction. It's like, it's a reverse isekai, but I love isekai. I love that we talked about it in the first episode we were on in terms of like anime, like what is anime kind of stuff. Isekai, you get transported to a different world. Reverse, well, it's like you're still getting transported to a different world, but still Earth. It's still the same time, but like you said, he gets a chance to right his wrongs. He gets a chance to redeem himself because he was the man, quote unquote, in middle school, but then became a loser when he became an adult. So it's like he gets a chance to actually become something of himself. And we're gonna talk about that like in terms of the show intricacies later, but like he kind of does, but not. And we'll talk about, and like you said, tearjerkers, but man, just it's goated, man. It's goated.
Yeah, I definitely agree with the tearjerkers. I started reading the series after starting the show. Like I was coming back from DR with my girl and her sister.
Oh.
And I'm reading it on the plane, and like I was like going so quick through these chapters. There was like 3 different times on this sole plane ride that I'm like in tears because of this freaking series. But yeah, I definitely really love like the relatability to the characters, like because like it's not like a super powered show. It's like a regular show, like even though they're in middle school and they're like in gangs and shit. It's like there's nothing like out of the ordinary, to be honest. Like no super Saiyan type power ups or anything like that. It's just strong as hell middle schoolers.
I definitely I agree with your point completely, Bumper. My favorite is One Piece, Dragon Ball, Naruto, My Hero, all that. There's, like you said it, there's just straight throwing hands. Like there's straight hands. Like if you got the hands, you can, I guess, proceed far in life in Tokyo Revengers. If you don't got
unless
hands,
you Takamichi. He don't have the hands anymore.
Bro, we'll talk about it, bro. Like,
oh man, but like for me though, like
what are you talking about?
Go.
There's a lot of dark stuff that happens. Like they're kids. They act like grown adults, especially Jack and his old ass. But like it's a lot of twists and turns, and it always keeps you on the edge of your seats when you first watching it. So that's why you feel me. That's why I
Where are
watch.
their parents though?
Yeah,
Where
I
their
always
parents
be
at,
wondering
man?
this too.
Before we actually get started with the questions and shit, where are their parents, bro? Middle school, they're like what? Let's say 12, 13. I teach sixth graders, so like boom, like 11, 12, let's say 13, 11 to 14 years old. Where the fuck their parents at, bro? Like
I
we
think
need some
Draken's the
help, bro.
only like parental figures we've ever seen.
And that's a good parental figure to have.
No, not at all.
I mean, no.
I mean, would I rather him on my side? Absolutely, of course. But parental figure, he grew up in a brothel, bro. Like
Yeah.
he needs a hug.
He
A lot of
They
definitely
all
do
need
need
a
a
hug.
hug.
They
All
all
these
need a hug.
characters need a hug, bro. With all the shit that they be going through, they all need hugs.
Absolutely.
Honestly. But so I got put onto the show because of Natural, but I kind of developed my own way, my own reason as to why I watched the show. For me, I got emotionally invested like real quick. Like seeing Hinata die a couple times, it does it to you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Seeing Mikey being the GOAT, that's kind of like that first roundhouse kick. Feel me? That Mikey Roundhouse 3000. Feel me? That was like, okay, this is my show right now. I can vibe with this. But for you, Bumper, what was that one moment, or not even the one moment, but why do you watch it? Why do you have Tokyo Manji Game First Division jacking on? Like, what is
think-
it that you love about it?
I think like it actually started when I started reading it. Cause like we started watching it, it was me, my girl, my girl's sister and her sister's girl. We started watching it together. And I was like the most invested in it because like I thought it was like real interesting concept. He's going back in time, and it's not even. I know it's been done before with like Erased and Steins Gate, but like the purpose felt like so random. But I like the connection because I'm like such a romantic ass person, and I think that's also why I clicked with it. I really relate to like Takamichi in
You
that
be
sense
crying?
that like you be doing like I be doing a lot for the people that I care about.
Yeah, you be crying, son.
Oh yeah, all the time. All the time. With school, bro, I'm not even done yet. I still be crying because of it.
Hold on. Where is it? Where is it? God damn it! Oh, there we go.
What do you mean by that?
What do you mean by that? What do you love the most about it?
I vibe with it. I agree, bro. I agree. All right, man. I didn't want to cut you off, Bumper, if you were.
No.
So.
And I guess one more thing I guess to say that like really caught me was just like when I was reading like each chapter, the cliffhangers were just really good. I was really invested in the plot. I love the Chifu Takamichi dynamic, and also the Draken Mikey dynamic too that they show. That's a really like those dynamics are my favorite.
Okay. Natural.
So reason why I started watching the show was former colleagues of mine when I used to work at a grocery store, also into anime. They're dope people. Shout out to Jacob and Chad. Word. They put me on to Tokyo Revengers. It was like 4 episodes in. They're like, "Yo, you need to watch this," and I was like, "I bet." We went to the pool, had food, but the itis kicked me, so I fell asleep. Not gonna lie. First episode, I fell asleep. And then when I, sobered up and also like woke up, I was like, all right, let me actually give it a fair shot. I was like, yo, like kind of like you said, Bumper. It's like it's an interesting concept, and yeah, it has been dubbed before, but like it's less supernatural, more human.
Mhm.
Like you talked about, you relate to Takamichi in terms of like you trying to save somebody, like everybody, and this might be weird to say, is like we all have that like not savior's complex, but we're always like, damn, if let's take an anime out the world and let's think about like if just shit hit the fan, as a guy, we're like, how are we gonna save the day type shit. Like at least that's how I think, and I'm like, how is Takamichi gonna stand up and save the person he actually cares about? And it's one of those like it also makes me think too, because it's like he went back to middle school, right? like we're all college, we all like doing our things in life, whatever. And it's like, damn, like one little misstep, and we could have ended up just like him in terms of his actual like adult life, like being quote unquote a loser, like not clean plays, just being a bum kind of stuff. But instead, he's like, all right, like he didn't have a choice. Like future reason why one of my favorite characters comes in later, but like his reason, okay, I'm gonna save somebody. Like I may be weak, I may not have a lot to offer, but I'm going to do my best to save somebody. And I'm like,
Yeah.
I really vibe with that, and like it's never giving up.
Like he knows he's like a regular guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, like the self awareness that he has. He's like, yeah, I may not be the strongest, I may not be the biggest, but I have the most heart, and I'm gonna do my best to help people out.
The tank.
So,
That's it.
The tank.
Oh man. So besides Mikey, because we all could just say Mikey's the goat of the goats of the goats, right? And Draken too, because we all love Draken.
we don't want to say Draken yet.
Your favorite? Give me two of your favorite characters.
I think Bumper should go first. Word.
I'll go first. Chief Yu Takamichi.
Okay.
Those are my actual top two.
Chifuyu Takamichi. Okay.
You got any supporting reasons for that for the audience? We know why they goats, but the people who may not have never seen the show, they might not know.
They have that real close like dynamic that really works well. Like Chief Yu always has his back and like always wants the best for him. Let's see what else. Takamichi's development is beautiful, and I love his character development. Even though like people like try to flame him because he don't do much, but you gotta understand he was the best in the gang in middle school, or the second best. My bad. He was the second best in his Mizo middle school, and then he left the delinquent life for like 10 plus years, and he just got sprung back into it like it's nothing, and he's doing his best, and he does have like really good moments throughout the show, like manga moments, like the next arc that's gonna get animated.
Whoa.
I'm just saying he gets some good moments. That's all. I'm not going into depth. I know no spoilers. Come on, I'm better than that.
Woo.
That's all I was gonna say. Damn.
Natural.
My two characters. Sorry, I'm looking at my phone because I'm on. Shout out to J Penny, his Twitch stream. I was looking at it real quick. Sorry, but my two favorite characters, right? And Renell and I, we talked about this earlier. Baji and Naoto, right? Naruto. I don't know how to say it. I think it's Naoto. I think that's how you say it. And this might sound like, why is he your favorite character? He doesn't do much, but like he keeps it all grounded. Like you're going back to the past to save my sister. So those who don't know the show, Naoto is the younger sibling, the younger brother of Takamichi's love interest, right? And they grow up or whatever. Naoto becomes a cop, and he's like, all right, we going, like, the Maji gang gets corrupt and things happen. That's why the future or the present is corrupt. So they send Takamichi to the past to try to, one, make it like not corrupt, and two, more importantly, save his sister. Like, so Naruto keeps everything like, yo, even every time Takamichi comes back to the past, I can't do this. And he kind of feels down about himself. Naruto keeps him like in check, like, you are on a mission. Like, you are a loser, and I need your help to save my sister. Like, I don't care if you die, I don't care what happens in the past. Be a real dude and save my sister. Like, do what you gotta do to save my sister. So and I vibe with that. I'm a family first person. If I had the power to say, hey, like, I sent somebody back in time and someone like messed with my family back in the day or whatever, like, you gotta do what you gotta do to save my family. Like, nothing else. And Baji and Super, basically they low key the same, because like Baji was ride or die for Mikey, bro. Like, he even infiltrated the enemy stronghold just so he can make sure that Mikey was fine. Like, and also the fight in with like the bloody Halloween when he's like almost dead, but he's like, nah, I'm not dead. and fighting everybody just to save Mikey. And he thought Mikey was like almost about to get got, and he sacrificed himself to save somebody. Like we're talking about besides Mikey and Draken, like I vibe with those two characters the most because like I see myself in them. Like keeping myself grounded, remembering what's important. But with Naoto and then with Baji, it's like, all right, like we gonna shoot the 30, even if it's like 1-on-30 to save somebody I care about. Like we gonna shoot the shit.
Yeah.
So like I vibe with both of those characters for those reasons.
Indeed. Me, I'm gonna take one from both of y'all. So Baji, and Shifuyu, because honestly, Shifuyu was a similar reason as you, Bumper. Like, right, like literally the relation between Draken and Mikey, and Baji and Mikey, and before she hit the fan with Kazutora, we'll get to him later. But Kazutora and Baji, like their dynamic, like I love the dynamic that Shifuyu and Mikey had. Like he knew the vibes. Say he told him like, yo, this is what's happening. And he was, I bet, like, let's get right. Like I got your back. Like we gonna get this shit right. And seeing my son go that last episode, season 1, man, I was like, damn, they got my boy. But other than that, he was just like, he's one of those characters like if you put him in any other anime with like a superpower, like, for me, he'll be like he'll be like the Killua, the Zoro, like
yeah, I feel
like if you gave him like a power in like a, let's say like a superhero, like, or like a power driven anime, he would be like a fan favorite because of his personality and the fact that he's like true definition of a ride or die, literally died right next to the main character.
Correct.
So like he'll be the GOAT. Baji, natural, self-explanatory. Like he's just like, my man's basically like, boom, what's up? Like, what's up, man? I'm here. I'm here. And low key, like the fact that he essentially started the game. Like he
yeah.
And it kind of like that detail kind of like was snuck in there. But like Mikey knew, like once he saw the charm, he was like, oh shit. And we had the flashback and like, oh, like Baji's the guy that
started
everybody together. Like, yeah, Mikey was like the leader and Dragon second command, but like,
well, yeah, but
Baji
suggested the idea.
Yeah. So like he suggested the idea, and like he kind of was like the glue, honestly. Because without the idea that he had, like they all just been like a bunch of friends, like with no purpose. Like now, even in the beginning when Mikey said that I wanna be like have like the
new era,
a new era, but like kind of like the old ways, like bringing that back. So like Baji helped Mikey. Let's help Mikey, and even in death, realize his gene. So Baji's a GOAT.
Oh, well, a couple more things about Baji though. It's like, yeah, like the flashback that happens after like he realizes it's a charm and stuff like that. It's like, let's do Baji. Like we talked about Shifuyu being ride or die to Mike, like to Takamichi. Like literally, like Baji was ride or die. He literally. It was fillerish in terms of, oh, he had to save the bike, make sure the bike, no one like mess with the bike kind of shit. But like that resolve that he had, like, yeah, Mikey, he was like a year younger than them, but he realized that he had the potential to change the world. He had the potential to do something. And I'm gonna lay my life, and it's just a bike, but it's more than just it's like what it symbolizes, what Mikey cares about more than anything else. Like Baji is one of those, and you talked about ride or die. It's like Shifuyu Tower is like he follows like that mold of like a Sasuke, a Killua, a Hiei, not reserved. He doesn't have dark hair, obviously. He has like blonde hair, but like kind of like kind of short as well. But but he's like a ride or die kind of thing. But
you say Baji short?
No. Oh, Shifuyu.
Oh, okay.
Baji's also a ride or die in terms of like he's like a Zoro in a way where like I'm gonna make sure he accomplishes his goal. Like I don't care what happens to me, like with Thriller Bark for Zoro, but I'm gonna make sure because nothing happened, of course.
Nothing happened.
But I'm gonna make sure Baji wise, I'm gonna make sure that Mikey becomes the leader of the next generation, the new era. Like that's what I'm like. Baji's the GOAT, bro. Baji's the GOAT, man.
I don't know how much I can go into depth with like like Baji's death thing, but he also did it. He also ended it himself for a reason that was ride or die.
Kazura.
He didn't want Kazutora to blame himself, and he didn't want Mikey to. He didn't want Mikey to think
I know
to
this is
think
a
it was his
very
fault
funny
either.
stream, bro. We gonna get there. But oh, go ahead, bro. Go ahead, bro.
It's all Mike, as Kazutora says, it's all Mikey's fault.
Bro, we'll talk about this. Next question.
That ain't no problem. Huh? That ain't no problem.
Bro,
Oh man.
next question, because I got a lot
Alright,
to say
alright.
about this.
All right, natural. All right, since you feel so adamant about this, your least favorite character besides Kisaki, because we all agree, like, fuck him, honestly. Besides him, give me two.
Kazutora is a bitch, bro.
I can't say.
You
Okay,
can't
because
say-
you're in too deep. You're in too
You
deep.
in too
That's
deep.
I'm up to date.
what I'm
I'm
saying.
up
You're in
to
too
date.
deep. You're in too deep. Like we just.
Again, my anime only. Fuck Kazutora. I'm just saying it right now.
I see what you. I know. Okay, I read that part. Okay, I read that part. I know what you're
Anime
talking about.
only. Fuck
Anime,
Kazutora. I understand
anime
that.
only. Yes.
I understand that.
Yes.
Again, I'm not reading the manga. I'm gonna enjoy the experience. The only manga I've read was Naruto, and that's why it's my still favorite. Because even if One Piece, I love One Piece to death, I'm not gonna read the manga. I'm gonna enjoy it just like I enjoyed the entire thing. Just like Tokyo Avengers, I'm not reading the manga. Point is, anime only for Kazutora, and here's the reason why. He killed Mikey's older brother. Sorry, spoiler alert. I'm sorry.
We already spoiled with Baji.
I'm sorry.
We already in too deep.
Spoiler alert if you haven't watched anime, but like it's one of those like it's not like One Piece with like someone dies, but you can't talk you can't tell them how or what happens, whatever. Because you gotta experience it. Even after you knew it happened, like I binged One Piece, I knew that Blank died. It's how
it's like what happened with Attack on Titan season 4 this year. With
you read the manga, don't you?
No. I don't read the manga. I just watch it.
Okay.
What do you mean by that?
You haven't seen the newest season?
I have. I'm really lost and shit. I don't know what you're talking about. Like,
I don't want to say in case
I've seen it.
I watched it.
I was just talking about Sasha. Like when Sasha was spoiled for me. You gotta.
Yeah. Okay. Once you said the name, I'm like, okay, yeah, like, yeah, and then it's like fuck Gabby, word. But we're talking about Kazutora, Avengers. My point though, you killed Mikey's older brother, right?
Right.
It was an accident, fine. But and again, he was one of the founding members of the Tokyo Manji Gate, and it's like he says, "Oh, it's Mikey's fault that I killed his older brother because I'm trying to get him a bike." Like his reasoning is just fucking dumb.
That math not mathing.
The math is not mathing, bro. Like, you killed his brother and then blame the person.
He's doing the quick maths. It's not working.
It's like you kill Mikey's brother. Yes, accident, like I said, but you blame Mikey for putting him in a situation where he didn't ask you to be in. He didn't say, "Hey, go steal this bike from me." He literally said, "I'm gonna try to get it myself." Firstly, like I'm gonna get it myself. I'm gonna have a nice bike down the line, and whatever happens. Y'all took it upon yourselves. Him and Baji was like, "All right, we gonna help out Mikey. We gonna support the king. We're gonna get him the bike that he always wanted."
When you're done, I got something to say about that.
But like this dude says, he kills him, and then he's like, "Oh, I blame Mikey for it." What? No, blame
yourself. He asked you to do shit.
No, he like, all right, and then even after the bloody Halloween, and he's like, "Oh, I'm a villain, but like I'm a villain because the other people think I'm bad. If I kill the people that think I'm bad, I'm gonna be a good guy." Or something along those lines.
Yeah, he said something like that. Yeah.
I'm like, no, like you still bad, bro. Like, no, like, and it's one of those, like, yeah, you like villains are anti-heroes I can bang with because like I understand their purpose. But if you just blaming somebody for killing somebody because you did it yourself, I can't fuck with you. So I'm sorry for ranting, but no, let's fuck Kazutora in this household. Anime only.
How do you do that? How do you do that? What the hell is going on?
Yeah, that's how you felt not to worry.
Wait, about the bike shop thing. They've known Mikey for mad long. How do they not know whose bike shop they're in?
Son, yo,
Big brain, bro. Big brain. Son.
bro.
Do you know what was the worst part too? Shinichiro was gonna give Mikey that bike.
Anyway,
He was gonna get it
he was
anyway.
gonna give him the bike for his birthday anyway, and they killed him for nothing, bro. That's the craziest thing.
Yeah, bro, they really did him dirty.
And Mikey, bro, and that's why like, he's one of the. Like, I think he's a goat, bro. Cause like bro, someone killed my. I got natural. I got another bro. They killed my brother, bro. What? Yo,
His blood and like and like just family friend.
Like, bro, what? You don't do that. And he forgave him. Like, I give props to Mikey because for me, I got Mikey's a goat. I got, but like for me though, nah, son, nah, bro.
Yeah,
nah.
It's kind of over for that point.
It's over. Like, come on, son. So I kind of wanted Mikey to kill him, but feel me, glad he didn't. You know, Mikey. I don't want Mikey to get blood in his hands. Like, no. Right, besides punching somebody in the face.
Although he is capable.
He definitely
for sure. But Bumble, who's a character that you just like besides Kisuke?
I don't know, because they're all like enjoyable characters.
Okay, I can see that.
Yeah, the only person I really didn't like was Kisaki. Like everyone has like their moments of either like something cool in like the manga or like even in the anime, like just something that I like laughed at or whatever. Like Pachin and Peya, like they're mad funny. Oh, kitty.
Word. What's up, stream?
Yeah. I see your point.
But yeah, like all the like the duos, they really work out well. Like in the manga, you're gonna see stuff for like Smiley angry. They're cool. Joe. By the way, that thing was Smiley when in the Mobius arc. That made him such a great character.
Yeah,
he's kicking his ass, bro. Going crazy on him.
Oh man, but me though, I see. As soon as you said that point that like they're all enjoyable, I'm looking at this character. I got two. I got Loki, Hanma. I don't like him. He's enjoyable, like, but I mean,
I think he's a cool villain. He's a cool villain though. Or like,
like he's funny. He's funny. Don't get me wrong. I just don't like him because like he just thinks everything's a joke. Like if you're a villain, bro, like you can't give me like only Joker could do that. You're not Joker. You're Hanma, son. You're not even Baki or usual Hanma. You even got a wrong name.
I'm crying.
I mean, Doflamingo thought like Luffy was hilarious though with his bounce man form.
But
and look at him, and he got pieced.
He was a menace to society, bro.
He got pieced. He was thrown around the town.
They all menaces, bro. Like,
bro.
You try to teach Mikey how to do some math, bro.
I saw some funny TikTok, and it was like what's 6 times 3? It was like that sound, and it's with Takemichi, Chifuyu, Draken, and Mikey, and they're all trying to teach it, and they're all trying to teach Takemichi math, and they're all struggling.
Like,
that's why they gotta go to school instead of being out in the street.
Exactly, bro. He's not in school, bro. Come on.
Where are your parents, bro? Where are your parents? Sorry, right now. You don't fuck with Hanma, right?
I don't.
But, like, okay.
Second character, low key. Like it's not even like because of who she is. I just feel like, oh, what, like Hanada, bro. I feel like I don't like her. I don't. Like I don't know something about her. Like she named like they could have made another name for her.
Damn.
Bro.
If Emily in this chat. If Emily in this chat, bro, she ain't telling that.
When I see her, if I see her, I'm like, oh, I don't like Hinata. Word.
She gonna need the apology for that. She loves Hinata.
Well, I feel like first of all, you got the wrong namesake. If you're gonna name somebody, like, come on, Hinata, bro, that's from Naruto, son, and from Haikyuu.
And Haikyuu, word.
That's Hinata, bro. Come on, son. But I feel like, I don't know. I feel like she puts a little bit too much pressure on Takemichi. Great, I know like the reason for the whole show is to save her. I get that, but in the like when he's in the past, Obviously not in the present because she's dead. But in the past though, I feel like she's one of those people, bro. Like no cap, no bullshit. She's one of those people that y'all see them all the time. Yeah, when we was in high school, that you seen it a lot, right? Shorties love the bad dudes, right? Shorty loves all the the gangbangers and all this shit, right? And she sees it, like she's knowing that they're a part of the gang side, like this gang shit. And she's just like, oh, okay, like I'm gonna love him anyway. I'm patching him up. Bro, you're dumb, bro. Like you there's other guys out there. Like I don't love his love on that for me. Like
it's a personal bias for me.
What you mean?
I'm
I feel like you have a personal like vendetta against like Saber hoes, bro. Like
where is she going on
against Saber hoes?
Not the Saber hoe. But I mean, I just don't like it, bro. But it's like a really thing. Like for me, I feel like you really like you're not into because then she died because of the game in the future. So she had known and got away, maybe she would have been alive. That's all I'm gonna say. That's all I'm gonna say.
I'm gonna say is that everything's gonna be explained.
I mean, I know. I know. I read to a certain point in the manga. I know a little something. But still, like, bro, no.
Here's my and you bring a good point about Hinata in terms of like, he's damaged, but I can save him. Like, besides that point, and I'm gonna use bumpers like, every character is enjoyable when they're on screen. Hinata, not to say that she's not enjoyable, like, but as a love interest, you're like, okay, like I need something more, kind of thing. Like she doesn't. I'm not saying she's. It's not a battle shonen. You're not supposed to be like female. Supposed to be boxing people. And she did have the moment after like the festival where she like helped out. She called the cops. She was there to help out. Like she support from the sides. But like I don't know. Like in the present / future, she is like she's cool as shit. And obviously the tears. But the past when they're in middle school, I think it's just like a situation where it's I want more from my love interest. It might be weird to say that. Like I can see what you're talking about now. Like where like you want her to do more. Like she's just like hampering down. But like she is enjoyable a little bit. But in terms of like main characters, she probably is the least enjoyable on screen.
Okay.
Listen, all I gotta say is she put the hands on Mikey once.
No fear.
No fear. I thought she was clipped after that. I'm not gonna hold you.
Wow, boy. I was like,
nah. But I get what y'all are saying. I think she does a good job. The one thing I didn't agree with was the pressure statement. I don't think she puts on pressure for him. I think he puts that pressure on himself.
Absolutely, he does. Yeah.
Okay.
You can't. I can't blame her for that. That's more of a him thing.
Well, he puts the pressure on himself because he's like, all right, the one bright spot in my life before everything went to shit was her. So I'm gonna go back in time to make sure like I preserve all of this moment. And she even mentioned it too. It's like, I don't know. It's like one day you're your normal 6th grade self, but then you come back in time and it's like you're an adult. You appreciate me more. So yeah, he does put the pressure on himself to be more of a like be there and be present and like actually experience what a relationship is like.
Because that's basically back when he's not in the past. That's his past self. Like it's his past personality, and it's like it's completely different from his adult personality.
All right.
Indeed. So a lot of moments for me that were enjoyable. But give me your favorite. Like if you had to pick one moment, give me that one moment for you. Bumper.
In the show?
Yes, in
like no, I'm saying like in the anime, like what's came out in the anime, I'd probably have to say probably him getting first division captain.
Okay.
That or the last couple of minutes or like the last part of the last episode too.
Oh, like when they went back.
When they back in the future, it's It's only because it's set up for the next arc, and the next arc is really good, and I'm excited. That's why it's just the hype building for this when season 2 comes out. I think that's why it's one of my favorites in the show.
Okay.
All right. I got 2 as well. My first was when Kizaki got like promoted, like he infiltrated and got promoted, and then Takamichi was like,
Takamichi just rocked him.
he's like, nah, me. Like I was like not finally. We'll talk about this later, but like Takamichi was about that shit in terms of like he went back because he came back from the past. It was like, all right, we need to stop Kizaki from taking over. And he comes back, and then all of a sudden, oh, he's getting promoted. He's like, nope, me. And he actually stood up for himself and what he actually needed to accomplish. So that was the first one. And the second one, and it's a Mikey moment. Come on, Bloody Halloween. He's like bloody. He like turns like a little demon kind of thing with the blood on his face. And like if you've seen Baki season, like the Baki Hanma with like Guevara, and he has like the an alternate personality.
Yeah.
And he's just like he literally picked up somebody, 2
With
people
his foot.
with his leg, bro. So like bro, with his fucking leg, and said mink, and like kicked somebody in the head. Like that roundhouse
And he head kicks him.
Like
he kicks Kazutora in the head with that.
Like his roundhouse kick is like a signature move at this point. Like a Kamehameha, like Gama Gama no, like roundhouse kick from Mikey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So those 2 moments are probably like my favorite of like the show. Of like, and obviously there's great moments throughout the entire show. That's why I watched it. But those are the 2 that stand out to me.
Okay, that's fair. Me, I got 2 as well. Speaking of Bloody Halloween, Duhama was like, "Yo, this shit not over." Me, I can't do it with my leg. You know, I'm not that flexible. But Mikey Roundhouse, it's over. Like in reality, what are you talking about? Like if I say it's over, it's over. Like what? I'm repeating myself. It's over. Like
it's when the final boss pops in. Basically, you got the final boss music playing with him.
Like you thought you was doing something. Like Mink, Mikey Roundhouse real quick and just hit him and it's over. Mm-hmm. Second, Draken's flashback. When he first met Mikey, and then Mikey like he was like, "All right, this leader, all right,"
jumps on.
Mink, I was like, "Oh, my son is not. He's with all the smoke." Mm-hmm. At like 10, I was like, "Oh nah." I was like, "You 10 years old? We had all this shit. What was I doing at 10? Playing saxophone, bro. Like what?
I was playing soccer, bro.
Like, bro,
playing the drums, bro. He out here like what? Not roundhouse. Not he literally full on.
He's jumping.
The Liu Kang, like
basically.
Like we'll be like, I was like, oh, this dude is wild. Like I was like, okay, that
he definitely wild out for that.
Like from like 10 years old, I was like, all right, cool, that's cool. Mm-hmm. But yeah, I don't know. I feel like that is just like. He always does that. He does that when he did it with the Mobius leader. He did it with Hama. He did it back then. He's gonna continue to do it because
he's gonna continue to do it in the manga.
Like he's just that guy. Like, he's just that guy.
He is that guy.
So, what do you guys want to see in the future? And Bumper, without saying too much,
I don't think he should talk.
No, that's fine.
I honestly don't think you should say this. I don't know if you need to turn your camera off because I'm literally I haven't read a single thing of manga or anything like that because I don't want to say something you like and you react and it's like it's sort of just like
that's a good idea actually. I'm gonna stop the camera then.
You gotta be honest. Am I ugly? Right? Yes or no? That TikTok is like what?
The wink thing.
I'm like damn, he ruined it.
So now you go first. Give me your moments. I got 3, so you can
go first. No, you go first, bro.
All right. So obviously, if you're doing all this work for me, we gotta see her not to get saved. Like we gotta see like her in the future giving Takamichi a kiss or whatever. Like we gotta see that. You know what I'm saying? Like, feel me? Because if my son ain't going through all this shit for her not to get saved, like that would be like, damn, like really. I'll be tight. That would like be like one of the biggest like plot twists ever. I'll be like, pain. I want to see Kisaki die because fuck him. Honestly, I cannot stand him at all. Good villain for sure because he's doing his job well, and I know like I don't know his reason why, but I guess like I feel like you getting bullied by a dude with glasses, bro. No, I'm joking. I seen it in the video. I seen it in the video. I mean,
Damn, that's
Let that shit
real.
happen to me though.
Well,
That's real crazy.
I got glasses too.
I was gonna say.
Relax. And then so you know how in Bloody Halloween they had like all the other like gangs and stuff. I want to see them more involved a little bit because like you don't mention, you don't name drop people, and you know like eventually Tokyo Manji like they're like the biggest gang, and like all these like other like for like the Black Dragons or whatever like group, whatever, they become a part of it. I want to see why. I want to see how. I want to see like these other like dope ass gang members fighting each other. Like that'll be fire. Like I don't care if it's like an OVA or some shit. Like I'll be just fire to see. So like you don't introduce nobody just to introduce them at Bloody Halloween and then never see them again. You know, so that's me.
Oh man, those are some good picks, bro. I actually would agree with most of those. The only thing that I desperately want to see, and like, I know we might talk about this later. I want Takamichi to have like not necessarily a training arc, because it's not like he's not like it's not a power shonen, it's not like a battle shonen, anything like that. But like, I want him to like work with Mikey, like in a one of those like 1-2 like a duo fight kind of thing. But like him holding his own and not like relying on Mikey or Draken or someone else to save him. Like I actually want him to like, and he started doing it a little bit with Bloody Halloween, where he did his little like weird shit when he was like running around like this, like, but he inspired everybody else to fight. But I actually want him to like put the brakes on somebody, like him actually like get to like start like like start fighting and taking care of himself and stop being like. I know it's probably gonna happen. Like he's gonna see Hinata like defend Hinata's honor type shit, and he's gonna get mad or whatever. But like in terms of like gang activities, I want him to hold his own and not need someone to save him, like Shifuyu or Draken or Mikey.
Okay.
That's it. That's all I really want to see. I mean, everything you said, chef's kiss. But like before we get to that point, I want to see him like step up and like willingly train, or like, hey, how do I become a better fighter? What tactic can I use to like hold my own on a fight kind of shit? Not a roundhouse kick, not your signature, but like something else that he can do that's like not just being a little bitch and crying on the sidelines.
Okay.
That's all I got to say.
Okay.
All right, Bumper, pull up.
All right. So I had one other question, but I'm gonna get that's like more like one of like the last questions I'll ask. But so Nacho says like crying. Takamichi's like known for like crying a lot and all that other stuff. So there's a kind of like a double standard if you really think about it between Takamichi being like like I guess more like everyone's more receptive of Takamichi crying, but bash Deku for crying a lot. Why do you guys think that is?
Deku has superpowers. I feel like that's why a lot of people try to change it. I feel like him having the ability to, have his strength from One for All. No, off One for All. Yeah, I got it confused for a second.
Yeah, it's always, bro.
But yeah, like, and eventually he does get better. Not Takamichi. Deku, he eventually does have the moments where he's maturing and everything, and that's where everyone's getting, they're kids. I feel like, this shouldn't really be a thing when they're kids. Literally, Deku's dealing with villains that can kill him. One of them literally just, touch, you're gone. Yeah. Or like your body will disintegrate. So it's definitely I feel like judging them for crying shouldn't be really a thing. And Takamichi, he's always, there's people who are emotional people. There are people who are very in touch with their emotions. It's not normal. It's not unnormal to be in touch with your emotions, especially at like such a young age.
Okay. I totally agree. Men's mental health and like being emotional is like seen as like, hey, you shouldn't be weak. You should be able to cry and not feel any type of way about it. And I totally agree. and like on like not even like no sidebar, like totally 100% agree. As a man, you should be able to cry and not be
Mhm.
ostracized for it. However, right, my thing with Takamichi and I was like getting loud and like crazy, but I'm like super serious for now. His reasoning for crying every time he cried is kind of like he was weak and he couldn't do anything. Yeah, and like it's one of those like, yeah, I'm vulnerable. Like I couldn't do anything. I couldn't save somebody. Like when spoiler alert, when Hinata like blew up in the car and like she was like, go on and live, and then he cried, like reasons to cry, and then you cry makes sense. Like seeing someone that you love blow up, I you are a heartless bastard.
Wouldn't cry. Yeah.
Like, if
Yeah.
you are a heartless, damn, that's tragic, and then move on. No,
And
you're
then
gonna
just,
cry,
I would just be the top.
right? Like, like you're gonna cry, but it's one of those like he cries when there's like I don't think there's a reason to, or like he could have like done something about it, like let adrenaline take over, and like what he did when he got stabbed in the hand. I was proud of him. He didn't cry. He was like, fuck it, I got stabbed in the hand, but I'm gonna like do what I can to help Jack and get better. Well, like why can't we see more of that? Is my problem with like. And I brought the question up to Renell yesterday. I'm like we see he has moments where like he doesn't cry. He steps up and like yeah, it's a painful situation, but he steps up and like helps out his friends. But instead of being one of those moments over and over again, he sits on the sidelines and like whines and cries and stuff. And Deku, a lot of people bash Deku too, dude. But like I don't think no one bashes Takamichi enough. Like I think they need to like.
I see enough bashing of him, but I'll let you finish. Actually.
But with Deku, dude, it's like yeah, your point. Yeah, he's like what 13. He's like in high school, a freshman in high school, dealing with people who can literally kill him on a daily basis. Like Stain, for example, is a grown ass man and could have and I'm not saying should have, but could have killed him like multiple times. Like, but he didn't because he was like, okay, your philosophy is like, and that's the difference I think between a battle shonen and okay, you're gonna cry during a battle shonen where you're the shonen aspect is you improving and getting better and fight like becoming having a goal, becoming the pirate king, number one hero, a Hokage. Like that's your goal. Like you're working every day towards that goal. And like I think like in terms of Deku being like ostracized for crying is like you just got gifted powers when you didn't have powers. And yeah, you're still learning how to control them, but everybody there's a learning curve, of course. But
Yeah.
why are you crying? Like he cried a lot during the first season. He stopped crying as much. He's more of a nerd now, but he like that's fine. But why do you cry so much when you just got gifted the thing that you wanted the most in the world? Like you wanted to have powers, you wanted to be a hero, and you was gonna be a hero you were gonna try your best to be a hero without powers. You weren't gonna be successful, but you would have been a hero. But now that you have a chance to be the number one hero, put that power to good use and stop crying. But I know we talked about why does Takamichi get the credit and get like praise for crying, and I think that's the issue. Like, Tokyo Revengers is not a battle shonen. It's not. It's an isekai slash like I don't know if it's a slice. It is an action show, but like there's a lot of more like psychological slash emotional stuff.
I don't even think it's really an isekai because it's still the same world.
Yeah.
Just to transport
different times.
Is there like a
Yeah.
term for that? Transported back in time kind of thing? Like
Just time travel, I guess.
Time
I don't
travel?
even know, but I don't think it's isekai.
a time travel action anime, right? Where the goal is to save someone, but like there's no not to count there's no drive, there's no power, there's no hunger to develop in terms of like,
I really thought he was gonna say it.
I was
I really thought he was gonna say
Yeah,
it.
but there's
you
no
said three in the
drive
morning. I was like, oh god.
there's no drive to like improve your skills to like accomplish that goal. That goal is simple in terms of like save somebody. Do what you gotta do to save someone's life. Whereas Deku, you have to get better, improve your quirks, improve your life, and do what you gotta do to become the number one hero. Whereas Takamichi, he just has to save somebody. The goal as itself isn't weighed the same. Although both those goals relate to why.
I was gonna say, yeah, they relate to each other too.
Yeah, but like in terms of like, okay, it's easier to save somebody than it is to become the #1 hero.
Yeah.
But both those shows, and I've talked for a lot. I'm sorry,
No,
but
you're good.
both the shows like revolve around those goals. Deku coming #1 hero, Takamichi saving Hinata, and I don't know. I talked for a lot. I would love to hear your thoughts, Bumper, without spoiling anime or manga, of course.
No, yeah, no. You know, obviously they're gonna. I think it's more of just them being their age too, with like Deku. Obviously, you know, he's been put in more like real life situations like than a normal kid at that age would be. Same thing for Takamichi. Like normal kid wouldn't really be in like fights at a construction yard where they're using pipes and knives. Uh, but I definitely feel like I see a lot of hate for Takamichi, and it's a lot of reasons why like people like I would talk to. It's a lot of reason why they dropped the show, like him being weak and him crying. But that's also his whole design is to be that weak crier who's gonna, you know, will he grow up? Will he still be that same person? That's what you're gonna find out in the reading. You're gonna see if he actually is as determined as he says that he is.
I don't know. I'm kind of torn because for me, I feel like the expectations are different. With Midoriya, we love him because he knows he's not the strongest yet, and he works. We see his determination to become stronger. So I give him a pat. I don't mind the cry. I'm lying. In the beginning, he definitely cried a lot. More so like when he saved Coda, that's a reason to cry. Like reason to cry, like Nacho said, like reason to cry, valid for me. You help save the kid. I went to his credit for the first time, like to save you. That's kind of like an emotional moment. That's fine. But I guess in a lot of instances, Deku cried for like menial things, like low key.
But some of them, you gotta admit, some of them were funny. Like
Yeah,
when
for sure,
with the like the
Being
stadium gate when
hilarious
they
and
have
crying is still crying. Like, why are you crying? There's no reason to. Like,
that's
I
me.
get that it's funny.
I relate to those characters because a lot of the times I cry. I'm like, okay, I'm in tears. We got good tears, we got happy tears, we got angry tears.
Homie cried, yeah. And he won.
When he won the race
He won the
in
race. He
season 2,
cried when
and
Doctor
then
had the thing. He was like, like
and then
that
he
was
made the
cool.
little like holes in the ground and became like a water fountain.
Yeah, like that's fine. But like I feel like really a lot of this is in the first season, especially where like man was just crying like every episode. I'm like, oh my god. But I understood it. I didn't complain about it. I was like, oh, okay, maybe a little bit too much. But I complain about Takamichi crying because not that there's anything wrong with crying. Men can cry, that's fine. But if all you're known for is crying, like you're not like again self-awareness, like he's aware, like I don't know how to throw the hands at all. Like I'm buns, whatever. But you know this, and yet you still have the mission that you have to succeed in. You still got stuff to handle. Like you're a grown ass man in real life. Like you're like 20 something. Like not to say that you can't cry at 20 something. I'm 24. I cried watching freaking ReZero today. Like man, like I'm emotional. It gets to you some like, but like this is the time to nut up or shut up. Like you don't got the time to be crying because you're weak. Use your weakness as a strength. I get that, but you can't just be like, oh, I'ma cry and have someone save me. Because if you die in the past, the mission is done.
I got one thing.
Go ahead.
Only reason why I feel like, you know, even though he is an adult and like how you were saying, like if he should be crying and whatever, like turn it into his strength, he's also not trying to let anyone know that he's in the past, like he's from the future. So I guess like you can't like show like a drastic ass change like that, especially when his middle school personality is gonna come back the minute he goes back into the future. So I guess that's another thing that I literally just thought about.
Mm. I don't know.
I understand. Like you're right. I'm not like trying to like damn like to play devil's advocate. No, like that's true.
I
That's a
literally just thought
like,
about
that's
it.
a perspective I didn't think about. Like he's not trying to blow his cover, but here's the thing: like people who care about him, like Kanata, like I talked about this earlier, like notices his changes. They're subtle, but like, his middle school self versus his adult self are not obviously they're not one and the same.
Yeah.
And Hanada is one of the few people who notices, hey, you're one of the like you changed up. It's like super subtle what you changed. So she might become I'm not trying to look at your face to tell me like I'm literally covering your face. She might become a bigger part in terms of understanding like like he's actually from the future. He's trying to save me kind of thing. But my point is, and like the one thing we could probably move on after this or not. With Takamichi, right? The fact, no, you bring it up. He is a grown man. Like, yeah, and like so he covered his own
Just in case.
So Renault and I'm gonna like kind of borrow both of your points and hear me out for a second. Renault, when you said he is a grown man, like yeah, he still look like his mindset, he has a mission, he's like 25 or whatever, in a 12, 13-year-old boy's body, right? Where Bumper, you say, oh yeah, they're fighting in junkyards with knives and shit like that. He is a grown man. He should be able to, or at least have the drive to, and what as Renell said, have the drive to. Like, I'm gonna complete my mission. And yeah, he's not trying to get caught, of course, probably not. But like, let me not like it's time to nut up or shut up. Let me like take a bite.
Not get caught lacking, to be honest.
Not get caught lacking, exactly. So like I don't know, like I hope he doesn't cry as much. And you talked about what do you want to see. I just hope he doesn't cry as much in the future, like in the new episodes. Like, and I talked about this earlier. Like, I just hope he like develops and like is not known for just crying and is actually like because he has had great moments. Oh, and the one moment in Bloody Halloween, he was crying, but he tried to fight a little bit. But when
he was giving some hands. He knocked out like what, 2 guys?
yeah, but like when he got stabbed in the hand. And instead of running away, when he thought of like instinctually, he said, "Oh, I should run away." He said, "Nah, I'm gonna stay and like do what I have to do." That's when I was like, "Cool, we need to see more of that." And that's all I ask as an anime fan. I want to see my heroes, the people I'm supposed to root for, step up when it's time to step up, and not just cry because it's convenient for them.
And have 2 other characters save them. All 3, if you count Shifuyu. Like, damn, son. But
everyone, because literally Mitsuya saved him before too. Everyone saved
everybody's on
everybody, bro. Like, come on,
son, damn. But
come back, Bumper. Word, come back.
2 more questions, and then we're done.
Oh, okay. real quick. I just picked this up while y'all were talking about things that you wanted to see. I got my my Japanese copies.
Heard.
Do you read?
I got the.
You understand?
I don't know. It's literally unopened. It started with this one, because Chifu, and it's also like my favorite color, coincidentally. Okay. So my favorite character got my favorite color for the manga cover. So I was like, I want that.
Wait, let me see that color again.
This is the Chifu one.
Is that baby blue?
That is baby blue.
I was gonna say that's like your blue, bro, for your org.
What's your org right now? Shout out.
Nah, shout out LSU, man. Where? But 2 more questions and then we're done for the night. Mm-hmm. So, new gen anime, we have a lot. We're going to continue to have a lot that come in the next year or so, whatever. Where do you guys think Tokyo Revengers stacks up with those? Like, because they're saying like the term Sinister Six now. It's not like new gen Big 3, but they're saying like Sinister Six with like Demon Slayer, My Hero, Black Clover, Jujutsu Kaisen.
I agree with that list.
And I would say Tokyo Revengers in there.
I've seen people post Sinister Six with Tokyo,
and I don't know what 6 though. Like
Attack on Titan.
It's
Like,
it's
would that count though as new gen or would
it's Fire Force, Demon
Fire Force? That was the
Slayer,
one. Yes, yes, yes,
Or
yes.
Doctor
Black
Stone, right?
Clover. For the ones that I've seen, like Fire Force, Demon Slayer, uh, Black Clover, Tokyo Revengers. I think,
My Hero, no.
You didn't say
yeah, it was My Hero, and there was one
did
other
you
one
say
that I
Jujutsu?
forgot. And Jujutsu. That's the 6. I
Okay.
didn't say Jujutsu in My Hero.
Okay. So
But
you're asking where does it rank within those 6, or you're like
I
all
guess
these other shows that we think about?
so. I'm gonna say my point, and then I'm gonna get you guys' opinion on it. Like,
Hmm.
see, every single one of those have one thing in common. They're battle
Shonen.
shonen. They're battle shonen, except for Tokyo Revengers, and it has the potential to like be great and use the fact that it doesn't use these tropes of like having powers and having
Power of Friendship.
for power, friendship, all that other stuff. It has that ability like to use that to its advantage and to stand out more because it doesn't have the same rinse and repeat cycle as every other anime. Not that we don't love it, we love it, of course, but
Hmm.
in terms of like how it could like be better, more receptive, because no one, if you recommended it, then you'll give it a chance. But I don't see it on my TikTok. I see a lot of other anime. I see One Piece a lot, World Trigger, Blue, like a lot of
World
other.
Trigger is pretty good too.
My man right here.
I'm on season 1.
My man bumper watch World Trigger, man.
I'm on like episode like 50 or something. This episode of season 1. World Trigger is
Yeah,
pretty fire.
yeah, yes, sir. I'm proud, but like they all have these things in common, and Tokyo Revengers it doesn't. So like it stacks up because it's like it could mad low. I guess it's low on the totem pole because it doesn't have rinse and repeats. It doesn't have the superpowers that or super moves that Kamehameha, Spirit Bomb, whatever. They're just kids throwing hands in a game.
But it's that story.
The story's amazing, but
That's what I think. That's why the people would put it on those like Sinister Six lists. Because I fell in love with this plot, and that's why it's in like my top 3. To be honest,
Of
top
all
three
time or the Sinister
right
6?
of like new gen.
of like all time, it's in. I've never like fallen like in love with a series like that besides JoJo's.
Well, he written them. He's up to date with the manga, so we gotta give him a.
Right.
Yeah, that's why. Literally, if I didn't read and if I was just anime only, I'd say it would have been in like my probably like my top 50.
You what?
But
But
because I read it and like I have read it, like I've fallen like so deeply into like the information with the series, that's why it's so high up for me.
Okay.
man, I think Bumper is right in a certain extent in terms of like sometimes, and this is where like the new gen anime fans and like they come in and it's like, okay, what am I watching? Do they care about the flash? They care about the animation more than they actually care about the story. For example, and I will die on this hill, and I talked to you about this right now. Demon Slayer, in my opinion, is overrated. Why is it overrated? Because everyone's gosh is over the animation. Oh my god, it's so great. It's this, it's that. And like again, Tanjiro, his story, he's trying to save his sister. It's kind of fucked up what happened. But like it's a bland story. Like I don't watch it
We're trying to
because
promote anime positivity out here, but we have strong opinions. We please respect the opinions.
Yeah.
Don't
again
get my man's canceled, please.
my point, and I reason why I say Demon Slayer is overrated because people look at animation and oh my god, like this, and like nothing else, and that's what people are drawn to. They love the fight scenes. They love the fire breathing, water breathing, lightning, and other stuff, and they don't really look for okay, what exactly is the show? What's the sustenance of the show? The story, the meat and potatoes, like when it comes to Tokyo Revengers, the meat and potatoes is there. Like it's it looks. It doesn't look as best because you don't compare it to Dragon Ball Z, with like just fighting and key blast and shit like that. You don't look at it in terms of Demon Slayer with like fancy techniques or anything like that. It's just niggas boxing. So that's why I love Baki. Baki doesn't even have a story. It's just niggas boxing, and I love it. I love it's like it's simple. It's simple in a way, but Tokyo Revengers does it even better because like the story itself isn't simple. It's you're time traveling to save somebody that you care about. Everybody can get behind that premise, but it's the lack of the flash that people aren't attracted to. People don't care about the, oh my god, you're just time traveling to say whatever. No, like, and this is why I talked about Shield Hero, right? Shield Hero is a compelling ass story, but like, there's nothing that brings it up. There's nothing that like, oh my god, like you have to watch this show because like Jujutsu Kaisen, for example, who stands out? Gojo, right? Gojo and Sukuna. Megumi with his domain expansion and the techniques that they use, right? But like, I'm not saying it's a bad story. Yes, like it's a great story. I love Jujutsu Kaisen. I'm not trying to bash it, but what I'm saying is, it's like, I don't know. It's Tokyo Revengers is great because of story. It has the substance it needs. It just needs a better platform. It needs more people to talk about it. And nowadays, people only care about how it looks. Oh, I don't have to. I can passively watch it. And we've had this debate before, and I'll move on and I'll be quiet for a second. But it's like you had this debate where this animation carry. If you don't have good animation, people are gonna not watch the show, and they don't want to give the story a chance. Versus like others, like, oh, animation is great, cool, we here, we lit, baby, and they watch it. And it's like, okay, then they see the story and then they see everything else, but they get attracted. It's like goldfish being attracted to like silver and coins. So
with that point, nowadays YouTubers, content creators, we all suffer through this. We can have the best video ever, like barbecue chicken, all that, right? But if it don't, you got a little finite amount of time to grab them by the balls, right? If you don't do that in the smallest amount of time that you have, they're gonna watch something else. So nowadays, people focus on animation and less on the plot of the story, which is unfortunate because who doesn't love a good story? Because the animation gets the viewership. Now, there are exceptions. One Piece is the GOAT, in my opinion, because it came from the 90s where it was the horrible animations, and we all know the back in the day with the Yu Hakusho, Dragon Ball Z, like, and it transcended and became more modern with the modern animation. One Piece now is always like every episode is streaming on TikTok, is popping on TikTok because there are moments that the animators they dominated. And now anime like Tokyo Revengers, it is harder to grab that attention because it doesn't have the same level of animation compared to its contemporaries. And it's hard. And it's a harsh reality. And for me, it sucks. Honestly does. But what are we gonna do? Tokyo Revengers is awesome. It's amazing. But we can share the love of it from like, oh, tell a friend, literally, to watch the show. But if they don't like it, or if they don't see it on a TikTok, or it's not trendy enough, they're not gonna want to give it an opportunity to watch. And it sucks.
Or
No,
go for it. I was
continue.
I can't talk bad about Demon Slayer because it's so hard because like you watch only, like you gotta, like, reading it. Demon Slayer was a really good read, actually. That Infinite Fortress arc was really enjoyable.
Okay.
And I think it's with the, like, I definitely agree animation does carry, especially because like there have been times where I was like, damn, this scene looks kind of fire. What show is this? That happened with slime. With that time I was reincarnated as a slime. I saw a clip from season 2, like literally like one of the last episodes.
The Hadouken.
Yep, he was pulling out the Hadouken and
Yeah.
all the Street Fighter moves and shit. I was like, this show looks fire. Okay. Turns out that shit's not even mentioned till the end of season 2, and I'm just invested with the show. And I was like, damn, this show's mad good.
And you see the moment, and he's like, oh, okay, no, that happened to me with World Trigger. I seen that you don't watch this, so you probably don't give a fuck. It's on your list. I hope it's on your list.
It's really good.
I watched the when Numa went to the entrance exam and he bodied the border soldier in like 0.5
I saw that a long time ago.
How? And he did it again. I was like, oh, what this is?
And it was even
I looked in
quicker.
the comments, it said World Trigger, so I was like, I put it on my watch list, and then I watched it. I was like, all right, cool, this is fire. But with Tokyo Avengers, no one's gonna put a clip, maybe a clip of Mikey fighting, maybe on TikTok, and then more people will see it. But until it gets more trendy, no one's gonna really want to invest their time in it. But
I think also too that's like it's not unnecessarily on a hiatus, but like it's not running. Like this is just manga only right now. Like manga's going, but I can't really make that argument.
It just came out this year though,
right? And I also can't make that argument because like Black Clover, right? There's people who are watching Black Clover for the first time and they're putting Black Clover on the map, quote unquote, and making it more popular as TikTok and other stuff. Like putting when what's his name? When Asa fought Lady, the little demon.
Because remember, Black Clover got like no attention,
no love.
Everyone hated Black Clover in the beginning.
Yeah,
no love. Now everybody's showing love to. I'm like, I was there. I seen it.
I wasn't there in the beginning because I just started it recently.
But I don't know. Man.
It took me a bit to start up on it.
And last thing before we move on, I think where does it rank or how can it get better? It depends on what you like. It's because some people don't even like shonen. People don't like battle shonen. A lot of people like slice of life stuff and romance and like other stuff. So I love that. I love today's day and age with anime because it's like you don't have to watch it if you don't want. You can watch. Anime is such a broad term nowadays. Because back in the day, when you thought of anime, what do you think?
Dragon Ball Z, Yu Yu Hakusho.
Big three, and then you got Yu Yu Hakusho, Hunter x Hunter, DBZ. Right? So those six, the Sinister Six back in the day, was the big three, and then Yu Yu Hakusho, Hunter x Hunter, and DBZ. Right? Those are the six. People, you watch anime, you watch that shit. And now it's like, yeah, you watch anime, but I don't watch that. I don't watch other stuff. I mean, I don't watch Jujutsu Kaisen. I've never seen an episode of it. But they watch all their stuff.
You?
Me? I watched like a
lot. I was about to say. I was like, I know you're lying. What?
I'm not talking about me.
Okay.
I'm talking about anime fans as a culture, as a fan base. We watch other stuff other than just shonen anime because it's so vast now. So it's gonna be up there if it continues. And Bumper is evidence of this. He's wearing a Tokyo Manji gang because of it. Like he read the manga, he loves the manga. When the anime gets adapted, TikTok is going to be taken over because it's goated, and we're going to be moving. Why are we talking about it? Because we love it so much, and we only in season 1.
I preach Tokyo Revengers now, like I preach JoJo's.
Word.
JoJo.
One last comment before the last question. See, Nacho, you said it, right? You said if you say you love the way anime is like not even a spectrum, but it's more like it's so broad. Like it's anime for everything. Literally everything. And what was not out now will come back in 2022.
I'm waiting for my bowling anime.
I'm waiting for Blue Lock. Blue Lock, I seen the trailer for that. I'm waiting for that. I'm like, oh, this shit is fire.
Crazy.
It's insane. I'm like, oh, can't wait to watch. Like they got a soccer. Like I don't watch soccer, but they got me invested in soccer. I wasn't a fan of volleyball. They got me invested in volleyball.
I wasn't even crazy in basketball. I'm not a crazy basketball player. Kuroko was crazy.
Like they got anime for everything. But I'm gonna reference what with the OG Sick Homie Cal said in last week's episode. If you don't have to watch everything. Nowadays, everyone wants to be the trendy person. Everybody wants to say, "Oh, I watched One Piece because it's they see it all on TikTok. They want to be involved." We are not even just everybody. We all have a desire to be included in the conversation. Like when something's happening across the way, and you know those two people, our innate instinct is to walk up and, "Oh, hey guys, like, what's going on? What you guys talking about?"
Mhm.
With anime and the fact that there's so much anime, it's easier to say, "Oh, I watch this because it's fire. I like it." But if you're not someone who genuinely enjoys it, who took their time to watch it, they didn't skip episodes, they didn't skip arcs. Filler doesn't count. If you skip, I skip it. I don't watch
I would skip filler as well.
it. But like people skip particular parts of, let's say, One Piece, for example, just to catch up to 1,000. They're not enjoying the journey, and that's where Tokyo Revenge is still young. It's 24 episodes in, hundreds of chapters in the manga for sure, but only 24 episodes.
I think we had 235 next week is
Oh.
235.
235. That's amazing. My Hero just hit 336, I believe.
Yeah, something
it's in
around there. It's
season
300
4.
something.
So like anime now, they're just starting out. I feel like this is a perfect time for people to get into anime because even if you don't read the manga, not everybody reads manga. Bumper, you're an exception. I'm exception.
I just started this year, to be honest.
Because you love the story of Tokyo Revengers. You was like, I need to read this shit. Yeah, it's lit.
To be honest, yeah. And then I started, and then that was like, oh, I got the app. I see, I got Solo Leveling on here. I got Jujutsu Kaisen. I got My Hero.
You feel me? Like, but it's just if you watch, if you're invested in something, you could catch up to it. Anime is fire. Thank you, Shrub. Anime is fire. And Shrub, be my sister. Shout out to you, Shrub. Like, we're putting her on the anime, and it's awesome. But we could go on and on about that one. That's another episode for another day, whatever. Last question. More like a fun one. So, you got no powers, nothing like that, just straight hands. Who was winning? You can eliminate one by one. We got Naruto, Ippo from Hajime no Ippo, Mikey, Yusuke, or Luffy. Who is winning this fight? We can knock him out one by one. Barbecue chicken, but who do y'all think is winning this fight?
So
like,
are there?
no powers, like no taijutsu. Like, I mean, yeah, taijutsu of course, but like, who is actually winning this fight?
Are they like around like the same like strength too, or like?
I guess like they're all like human, like they're all human, like they're really all human.
Damn.
If they're all around the same, I think first one out is, it's gonna sound shitty, but Luffy has the least martial arts training.
Okay, I can see that.
If
I
they're
agree.
all same stats and everything,
Mhm.
no powers, I think Luffy's out first because he has the least martial arts training.
I can see that. I agree.
Luffy has strength. Like he can lift. Like physically strict. Like he's physically strong.
Yeah.
He doesn't have like technique or like Ippo does. He doesn't have like, I don't know, a special move because he can just throw a punch. That's why my next person that's out is Yusuke. Because as much as I love Yusuke, he doesn't, just like Luffy, he has great techniques and great power. But like
Yusuke is just a natural fighter. He's not
he's
martial
a
arts.
street fighter.
He just likes throwing hands. Yeah.
Yeah. So like, I agree. You so Luffy's 5th place, Yusuke's 4th. I'm gonna take Mikey 3rd.
My thing was between Mikey and Ippo for 3rd.
Honestly, because like Ippo is a boxer. Boxing is like the king essentially of like, not the king of martial arts, but like honestly, like he's a world, he's a championship level boxer. Like he's won titles. Like if he invested in a fight, feel me, that Dipsy roll, feel me, like not everybody ready for that Dipsy roll, man. Not everybody ready for the Dipsy roll.
Mm-hmm.
So Mikey, as great as he is with his feet, he's not really good with his hands.
Well, he is, but I just think Ippo's quicker. I think Ippo would be
Oh, yeah, for sure.
quicker. As a
Ippo
boxer,
got
you got to
that.
be quick.
What's
Like I
crazy
know
is, like,
Mikey's kicks are strong and fast, but Ippo could definitely get
Dodge,
around that.
weave.
I think dodging and weaving. I've actually never seen Hajime no Ippo, but what I will say this, I know that boxers can take a punch. Like their body is trained to take a punch. Like
Mhm.
you have to like. If you can't take a hit, then you're not gonna be a championship level boxer.
Mhm.
So and I've seen clips of it where he is bloody and like he's barely being able to stand.
Still
But
alive, but I'm barely breathing.
but because of that, he still like has the heart to keep going because that's what boxers do.
Mhm.
I don't know, Mikey. He can take a hit, of course, but I think that he needs.
He
This-
did what his brother couldn't.
Damn, you going to hell, bro. But okay, so we got Luffy
We all
fifth,
do the Naruto's. No more.
Luffy fifth, Yusuke fourth, Mikey third, Naruto and Ippo. You jacking Naruto number one?
Yes.
Yeah, I was gonna give
Yeah.
Naruto number one too.
If you
Because if you think about it,
play-
Naruto also got hands and feet,
Hands and feet, hands and feet.
and as a ninja, you gotta train to be fast.
Okay.
he can do something that Ippo can't do.
What?
With two things: walk on water and walk up trees.
But Nick, we on the ground. What? We not climbing trees, bro.
In a fight, you gotta learn how to survive, bro. You got
He could possibly like do some like Superman kick off or like some runoff kick off the tree,
my point is that he has
but
ways
that's
to, like,
really it.
go up and like heal up a little bit, and then come back. I don't know.
Yeah.
They both can take hits. Ippo's a trained boxer, but training taijutsu, we've seen if you just take Rock Lee for example, and he just trained taijutsu his whole life. Naruto, I'm not saying he's not Rock Lee's level or Mike Guy's level.
So, yeah, I think he is Rock Lee's level. When he got older, when he got the Hokage, yeah.
But like, yeah, if
As
you're,
he got older, yeah.
if you're saying that, then like,
Well, obviously not okay. So okay, let's be specific on which Naruto we're talking about. Naruto, end of war, end of Shippuden. I guess in relative, like, because Luffy's like 18 now.
yeah.
So I guess in that respect, so Luffy's 18, Naruto's like 16 or whatever. Mikey's 13. He's 13, 14. That's kind of like damn. Ippo's like, I think he graduated high school, so he graduated from high school.
So they all roughly the same age, roughly.
Oh damn! Sorry, Sherelle. Sorry. She's watching Naruto now, so my fault. But in the end of the day, they all lose to Baki. So I mean, that's it.
100%.
They all get smoked. They all
folded
get
by
smoked by
Baki.
Baki.
bro.
Oh man. But ladies and gentlemen, that is it for episode 5 of the Shabazz TV show. I would like to thank again Bumper and Nigel for joining me on this a great discussion on Tokyo Revengers.
I have fun.
Anything you want to say to the crowd before we disembark?
Thank you for having me. Definitely had a great time. This was actually a lot of fun. Never did anything like this before. Follow me on Twitch at I want to be good 22. And
You're not gonna remember that. Send me a
yeah.
link. I'll put it in the description.
Yeah.
I got you.
Yeah, follow me on Twitch and other socials. I'll give them to Ronell. And that's really, I had a lot of fun, little guys. I'm
What do
down
you
to
do
do
on
this
Twitch?
again. I stream games.
What I mean, it's obviously
It's just I haven't been on for a bit. I had computer issues, and now I just got a new monitor. I'm trying to figure out my double monitor setup. But like Overwatch, League, I want to get back into Apex a little bit. Siege's new season came out. Bunch of different games.
Interesting. Okay. Next week there will not be a show because it is my birthday week. It is our birthday week. Me and Natural.
Yeah, I was gonna say y'all's birthday
We'll be
week.
24 on the 16th of this month. So next show will be on the 22nd, where I talk about Attack on Titan with some friends. I don't know who the friends are yet. I have a couple in mind, but it's gonna be one of my better shows because I'm gonna have a lot of people in here. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be crazy. But until then, that is all we have for today, man. Make sure to drop a like, subscribe if you're new. Tell a friend.
Tell a friend.
Tell a friend.
And I'll see you guys on. I won't be streaming on Saturday because I'm going to a little function. But I will see you guys on the 22nd on the show. If I drop a video between then, you'll see me then. But have a great night.
Peace out, guys. Thank you.
Peace, love, and hair grease.